Hello lovelies, welcome to another video. This week I'm going to be showing you guys how to encapsulate Mylar with hard gel. Two different types of Mylar that we have. We have micro Mylar, which is a really fine Mylar. It's beautiful, very easy to work with because it's so thin and tiny. And then we have what I would sort of consider just ordinary Mylar, which is kind of the bigger chunks. And this here can sort of throw a few people off because it is the bigger chunks and they do sort of stick out a bit. But I will go through the steps that I do in order to encapsulate it in hard gel. I've also got some lavender lights, and then the gels that I will be using will be the Blingline Cool One Step Gel, along with Marianne, which is a beautiful sort of lavender colour, and also Snow White, which is pretty much Snow White. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is I am going to show you guys how to encapsulate the micro Mylar first. So we shall jump in and just get started. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is just go in with a very thin base layer, and it's almost like a slip layer, to be honest with you. And this is just kind of just to sort of like pave the way and give like a nice little thin layer to work with, because I'm going to be placing white on top. So if I file down, I'm going to hit this layer, and then I kind of know that I've got all my colour off, but I still have the base layer. So there we go, and we're just going to pop that into the lamp to cure. Okay, so now that we have that cured, what I'm going to do is I want to create sort of a bit of a almost like a sort of like an opal effect, if you will. So I'm going to put some white down, and I'm going to put I want to have a white background for this particular Mylar. You don't have to put a colour down, it's entirely up to you, but for this particular one I love it sitting on top of white. So I'm just going to go ahead and just sort of put my white down. And then we can go ahead and cure that. Okay, so once our white is cured, then I'm going to go in with another really thin layer of my Cool One Step Gel. And I'm talking about like literally just sort of painting it on like it's a top coat. It's so thin because I'm just going to be putting the micro Mylar on this and then curing. So at the moment there's no strength at all in this nail, it's literally just me prepping it for the micro Mylar to go on. So I get my brush, and I just kind of like use a bit of an old brush that I sort of keep for this here, and just sort of for like lifting like little bits of Mylar and stuff, and I just really lightly set those on wherever I want. And I can sort of like just drizzle it over, or I can be as precise or as random as I like. You could just do your C curve, or you know, you could just sort of like put a design up the middle of it, or like in an S shape, but I'm just kind of going to set this on a bit sort of random. And then what I can do is I can just sort of clean up any edges. Now, just sort of try and keep it away from the cuticle area. So any that's sort of too near the cuticle area, I just kind of move it in a bit just to keep everything nice and tidy and easy for me to file. Now that that's on, I'm just going to really, really gently press down just to kind of make sure that everything is as flat as possible before I cure this. And there we go. And now I can put that into the lamp to cure. Okay, so now that's out of the lamp and cured onto that layer. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to encapsulate it. And when I'm encapsulating Mylar in gel, I find that for me personally, the easiest thing to do is to put a slip layer down, just so that the gel kind of knows where it's going. So just kind of like paint it over. Just a very fine layer, and it just kind of helps whenever you're actually building your structure. So now I'm going to go back in with a bigger bead. And this is just what I have found that works best for me. So I'm going to place that on. And I'm kind of just almost kind of really gently easing it towards the cuticle, bringing that back, and then I'm just walking the gel really lightly down the nail, just all the way down to the free edge. And I'm going to go back up here and turn the nail to the side, make sure my sides are okay. Make sure everything's tickety-boo there, as well as the free edge. And then down here too. And that's us. We are out of the lamp and we are ready to wipe off that dispersion layer and to get filing into shape, and it will look absolutely fantastic. So I'll do that and come back after at the end and show you the results. Okay, so moving on to the slightly chunkier Mylar, which is this one here. I've went ahead and done my base layer and I've put my colour layer down. I haven't cured my colour layer yet because what I want to do is I want a nice sparkly background for this particular Mylar. So what I do is before I cure my colour, I'm just going to sort of sprinkle over some of Lavender Lights just over that colour. And I just kind of like just tap off the excess there. And I'm going to put that in for a double cure because obviously there's colour behind that there and there's glitter on top. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to double cure this. Okay, so now we're out of the lamp and we are cured. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my Mylar. And I'm kind of just going to tip some of this here into the actual lid. And I shall pop it there. Because I kind of like to be a bit more selective with what I'm lifting sometimes with this Mylar. And if I want to be really selective, I can go in with a dotting tool. But before I do, I'm just going to yet again put a slip layer of gel down. Just to make it, just so that we can actually adhere the Mylar to it. And like I say, this should be a nice thin layer, but not too thick. We haven't put our structure or anything like that there in. There we go. I'm just actually kind of like almost brushing off the excess. So that's it brushed off. We've got such a fine layer on there now. So what I'm going to do with my dotting tool is kind of just going to go in and lift lift some random pieces. Just kind of like put them just wherever I want. That's it down on top of the glitter and the colour. So we're going to go ahead and cure this here as well too. So get that into the lamp. Okay, and we're back out. Cured on now. So we should just go on ahead and move this over here actually. I find it's in my way. I'm just going to, yet again, put like a little slip layer down to help me sort of guide when I'm encapsulating it. Okay, so both nails have been filed and shaped and buffed, and they are looking beautiful. There's no mylar sticking up at all. They're ready to go. So it's time now to get top coating. Okay, so on this particular nail here, I want it to be matte. So I am going to top coat it with matte, but you will see obviously the effect of it shiny because the matte top coat is still wet. I just love this look, like almost like an opal sort of look. When it's done matte, it's beautiful. So there we go. That would be it shiny. How gorgeous is that? I love it. And next now we are on to the blue one, which I am top coating in gloss, which is the Blingline tack free, and it is my favorite top coat. I love it. It is super shiny. Okay guys, so there we go. That is the finished result. So thank you so much indeed for watching. I hope that this has helped if you want to encapsulate Mylar in hard gel. It really is easy, and I love working with gel. For me, it's just so much more easier than acrylic. I just get it. So if any of you guys out there are wanting to encapsulate your Mylar in hard gel and are kind of wondering how to do it, then I hope that this here has helped. So have a great week, and I will be back next week with another video.